as well as what is their need? What does my product or service solve? What is it that, why do people want to use my products or services? And that's the question you have to ask yourself, because that's the type of people you're looking to attract. And you're going to be doing that, again, by putting out, some inspirational quotes, possibly interesting industry facts. Again, what's trending within your industry. And also, people want to know what's happening within your business. So take some fun photos of the inside of your store, or if you work out of your home, perhaps you're at an event. Take pictures of what's happening and show them how especially if you're going to an industry event, take pictures of being there and who you're meeting, or maybe do a video, a Facebook Live of some sort, interview people there. Maybe you're going to meet a speaker and you take a picture of yourself with that speaker. Let people know, because then they're like, oh, wow, they're really taking time to continue with their knowledge, and they're getting better and better, so that I can get better and better, because they're going to help me, whether it's a product or service. So all of these things are interesting and entertaining. I mean, one of the things we did, and I hear this a lot. Well, why would I want to put something fun, like an image of an animal or a baby or something on my Facebook page and my business page? What's that got to do with business? Well, again, and we all know that images and videos is the main type of postings, or the main type of content that gets the most shares. So we've got to get creative. Well, a couple of things we've done along the years, but one of them specifically was a few years ago. You took me for my birthday up on the biplane here along our Space Coast, and we took videos of us, walking around the plane and getting on, and some of the images we took shots up there, photo shots and such. We shared that on our Facebook page. And actually, I believe Mark actually videotaped us up there, the pilot of the biplane there, and he sent us the video. When we put that on our Facebook business page, it drew in so much engagement, so much conversation, so many people that had not maybe posted or commented or shared or anything prior, because again, they could relate to the fun that we were having, and they got to know us a little bit better. And all of a sudden, then they started commenting and engaging more on information I posted.
Exactly. It's all about the know, like, and trust factor, and putting it all together there. But, you come back, nobody's youer than you. So let yourself come through. Let yourself be the natural person that you are. Mm-hmm. Relax and have fun with it. And I know sometimes that's fun because we're all worried about somebody judging us or somebody saying something about us. But, if somebody does, the last thing you want to do is get mad and upset and just put a post out there that you're just raking them over the coals, because then you're putting yourself at their level or even under their level.
Well, what happens if a post that you do post tends to rub people the wrong way? What do you do?
Well, if they comment on it, then answer the comment. Explain why you posted it the way you posted, or turn around. If it really was a mistake, then just turn around and say, hey, I'm sorry. I forgot. I didn't understand.
But definitely address it. Don't just delete it.
No, because if you delete it, they're coming back at you with a vengeance.
Oh, no.
Really. And, if it was a critical mistake, it can get really nasty really quick. But the whole thing is, in turning this whole thing around, it is an opportunity to create a brand for yourself. And that's what's an important, so people know you for who you are, what you do, and what you care about. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's the important side of what's there.
Well, before I go into the 30% of what content is in this formula, because again, the 50% is interesting and entertaining content. On that note about talking about if you put a post up and it really did rub people the wrong way, how you should react. What happens if because again, I hear the reason some people don't get on social media is they're afraid that somebody might say something bad about them or get negative. How would you address if somebody on your social site, say Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, put something bad about you? How would you react to that?
Well, first of all, I would not delete it, number one, because I've already said what would happen if you do that. The other thing is I would address it. I would ask him right out in public, what did I do to offend you, or what did I do to upset you, and how can I make it right for you on that? If you keep the public relations and that going properly, you can turn the whole conversation around. First of all, if you guys work it out, both of you are seen as reasonable. There's none of us that haven't had disagreements with people. So the other side of the equation is if they don't and you're trying to be as accommodating as possible, the people reading this are going to see it, they're going to understand it, and they're going to go, well, Richard, the guy you're having this debate with is just being ridiculous. You can't go any farther. So it's all about putting yourself in the position where you're going to be on top. You're going to be the one that wins or co-wins in the whole situation. But the like you said, the last thing, don't delete it.
Very good advice there, because we've had to handle that for some of our clients, and we've been able and have managed to get through some of that, questionable whether our client was going to lose a customer or not, but we were able to help them settle the matter. And again, always understand that you can't please everybody, but what you really want to do when you're thinking of content, this is part of your social media. I mean, like I said, without content, you have no social media postings, you have no marketing. So it's all a part. It's a piece of social media. So you have to learn how to really engage and know what I guess you could say your audience is expecting from you. What are they needing? They want to be helped. So that's where the 30% of the formula comes in. You want to be posting informative and resourceful information. And what I mean by that is when you share information that to your community that they can use to get their questions answered, so that they don't have to take the time out of their day to go, again, do some Google search or a YouTube search or a Bing search, whatever. If you are the one that's putting that content into one area that they know that they can come to and do a search, then they're going to be very, very thankful. Facebook groups are phenomenal for that, to really build a tribe or a community that wants to know more information on a specific topic, because that's what the group is. It's a group of like-minded individuals that are interested in basically the same type of information. And if you can get one started and be the administrator of that group, you then can, first of all, you can direct the conversation. You can also manage that conversation, but you can make sure that you're putting out information that they know they can come to this one spot and get the answers, or ask you and you'll go find the information for them if it's real, along that way. So that useful and informative information, resourceful, I should say, information is going to really be a good service that you can provide to those that you want to attract. And these could be tips, industry trends, statistics, possibly maybe, for realtors, what's happening with housing today, or, why is rent so much more expensive than buying today? Things like that. If you can give them sources that they can view, they don't have to do that research, and they really are thankful and appreciative. So again, that's the 30% of the content, in the formula.
With all the video being the rage that's out there, whether it's Facebook Live, whether it's YouTube, whether it's any of the other sources that are out there. Now, is that content? When I put something up on YouTube or Facebook Live or Twitter and on those, are they all the same?
That is an example of content, yes, because again, you're getting a message. When you're putting a message out there, that's content. It does not matter whether it's in Word or if it's, when you're writing it out it could be on a flyer. It could be on a direct mail piece. That's all content. So yes, video. Facebook Live has just taken everybody by storm, and a lot of people are doing it. There are some that are being very successful with it. Then we do see, unfortunately, some, and I probably have been very guilty of it when I first started, because we all wanted to try it, of just putting out fluff. In other words, just to say, I did Facebook Live. But if you can actually do a Facebook Live and have an objective, because that's the purpose. When you're developing content, you have to have a strategy. an objective of what you want to gain from that. What is the end result that you want to have happen when you put information out there? It isn't just to put it out there, because that takes a lot of time. And yes, it is a lot of work. So you want it to start actually producing for you. So you have to think through, like on a Facebook Live, keep it very focused. Now, I know we did a Facebook Live up here on our radio show before, and it's a long, and we had some viewers, and we've had people come watch it afterwards. But the best thing to do when you're doing a Facebook Live is to take that and save it. And even on Snapchat or Periscope, those do just disappear after they don't stay there. You want to make sure you save them. Save those recordings so that you can then upload them to
YouTube.
Why?
Google owns YouTube. Every video is converted to text.
Also, where do people go look for you if they're going to search and want to get more information about you, your product, your service? Where do they go?
Most people, 80% the last I heard, go to Google.
Yeah. So it's going to show up in the search engines if you are taking that. Whereas if it's within the actual platform like Facebook, Snapchat, Periscope, they're not going to see that register in Google. But if you've got it up on YouTube.
Exactly. The few people that are know you or just wander by your site while you're doing a Facebook Live or something like that, they'll see you, but you're not going to have a lot of people, even if you promote it. But if you get it up on YouTube and Google indexes it from up there, now you have another resource coming back to you. Mm-hmm. And Google likes that as far as everything you have being found.
Well, I know I did just have a question that came in wanting to know what type of content is trending now. And we were basically just talking about that. The video. I mean, live video is trending. That is the type of content that's going to get you the largest audience, the most shares, as well as likes and comments. And what you want to make sure you're doing, as I said, when you're putting it out on any of the platform, any video type of information, you want to make sure that it is it's to the point. It's not just dragging on. You cannot believe how many, I'm on YouTube a lot. I follow a lot of different people, businesses, individuals, whatever, on YouTube, and I'll get on a YouTube video. And if it doesn't catch my attention in the first 30 seconds, I'm gone.
Well, it's the same thing we were talking about with text. You've got to have that content where it's there. You've got to have that upfront pop where you got their attention, mm-hmm. and you've got them hooked.
Yeah, I mean, all content should hook them in. And all content should have, as I said, an objective, a call to action of some sort, so that you are taking them elsewhere to then have a further conversation with them, or perhaps maybe even just taking them to give them a free gift. And that gift is content. It could be an ebook. It could be a video series. It could be a white paper. One of the things that we provide when people sign up for our marketing list is we give them 40 conversation starters. Now, these conversation starters can be generic. They're not industry specific, so you can take them. And as I tell people, like in our workshops, you take these conversation starters and you adapt them to the platform you're using. You adapt them to your industry, but at least it gives you some ideas, because that's what people are hung up on. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to post. So they don't post. And then what happens when they don't post? When
you don't post, nobody knows you're there. And if nobody's stopping by to see you, where are you going with Facebook? Facebook's going to push you way, way, way down the list, because they want people up at the top of their list that are posting content, mm-hmm. that are doing some stuff, that are having fun out there. And that's what the whole thing is about. It's communications. It's how do I have an emotional impact on the person I'm speaking to, and me accepting what the person says and allowing them inside me. So that way we're both connected emotionally, and we can pay attention and interpret the words or readings or video that we're interacting with.
Oh, very much so. And, when I am working with someone that's maybe they've tried social media, I'm going to say Facebook, and they just don't really enjoy it. They just feel it takes too much of their time. And again, it's because they're just, they're struggling with what to post and how to communicate, and they're not getting anybody having a conversation with them, which is basically the engaging. That's the end result.